everyone, and welcome to this casting call for the somewhat imaginatively titled text adventure. My name is Key. I am kind of the creator and primary writer of the series. So, what is the text adventure, and why is it so imaginatively titled, you may be asking? Well, for the past 3 or so years, I have been hosting a narrative-driven adventure with a couple of friends of mine, kind of separately. So imagine like a mix between a solo D&D session with kind of a traditional 80s text adventure kind of experience. It's a mix of something quite linear, but also something really heavily improvised, if that makes any sense. So for example, both player characters started out in the same in the same scenario, and depending on the choices they made that I offered and sometimes just opened up completely to them, their stories kind of wove different paths. We've now completed that first chapter at the inn of the adventure, and we are currently writing our second chapter. So it's set in a very fantasy, traditional-ish realm of mystery and intrigue and fantasy and maybe dragons, I don't know. That would be telling. But it's got a bit of a twist. We haven't really seen a whole lot of the world yet, so the kind of scope for where this story could go is really exciting. So we finished the first chapter of the adventure, and we are currently working on the second chapter. If you look below, or at the casting call, you will see that we have quite a lot of characters open, hopefully to come soon, that are all from the second chapter, which is what we are casting for. So feel free to check it out. A lot of the characters also have some scope for kind of building, depending on the role, the person we cast for the role. Which is something that we really pride ourselves on and are excited to explore. There are very few characters that are very set in their ways, so whatever you guys can bring to the table is wholly appreciated. Speaking of which, we are looking to bring this text adventure to life. At the moment, we're trying to stay as realistic as possible and say if we can get an audio story version or like a radio play version out of the story, that would be incredible. But in the future, we're not discounting a visual novel or a game kind of thing or an experience kind of thing. We've got it in mind, but realistically, an audio story is what we're aiming for. In terms of what we're looking for our characters and actors, we're looking for potential. So we're welcoming people from any and all backgrounds and experience levels to audition. If you've always been tempted to try out voice acting, this is a chance. If you've been in the industry a while and are really intrigued by this project, thank you very much. We'd also love to hear from you. We also just really want to hone some very genuine kind of emotion and feelings from most of the characters. We have a couple of characters that have slightly more cartoonish or anime or extravagant voices, but most will require a core of realness and emotion. So we look forward to seeing any of that, really. The players of the game and the cast of characters in the story are also incredibly diverse. So this is something we really believe in reflecting and having more genuine representation of out there, just generally. Even though we are just a small passion project, we do believe and hope that something like this could make some sort of difference. That would be amazing. So regardless of what kind of gender, race, accent, sexuality, background, whatever is listed, if a character calls and speaks to you, not like on the phone, if a character speaks to you and you feel like you could bring something to the role, absolutely feel free to audition for it. For a lot of the characters, we're very open to change and choices and decisions that you guys make. And if you bring something really cool to the table but it doesn't quite work for the character you audition for, we might have a character on the back burner that we've not released yet that you could be perfect for. So if something is really speaking to you and you're really passionate about it, please go for it. And don't let anything stop you if you really want to audition. And if you really want to audition, thank you. That means a lot. So the other thing you may notice is that there is some pay for the project. Now, I know it's tiny. I scraped together what budget I could. I wish it was bigger. But I do believe in paying for work, and even if your character has other appearances, which is possible and will be discussed in casting, you will at the very least be paid the amount shown on the roll. Last but very not least, at the very not least, oh, the music is broken, my apologies. Last but not least, if you have any questions, queries, whatsoever, please feel free to reach out to me on here, on CCC, Kimeraki, KIMERAKII, hashtag 5133 on Discord, or any of the other social medias you may be viewing this from. And keep your eye out on the CCC page, keep your updates on. We do post updates when we can. And yeah, with any information, feel free to contact me and reach out and ask any questions, because I know I can sometimes be a little bit babbly. So do not hesitate if you have any questions to reach out to me, and I will do my best to help and reach out and reply as fast as I humanly can. The very, very last thing is that I should hopefully be having some more pronunciation guides and kind of further information for the characters coming out. For some of the characters down below, I haven't put that much information because we are still writing the second episode of the text adventure, and I would hate to accidentally spoil it for the people playing by revealing more information than they know. So if this is mentioned in the character's bio, which it will be, and you feel you want a bit more information, please again do feel free to reach out. For those roles, we may also be having another round of shortlists where I can do private shortlist auditions, where we will be giving some more variety in the lines and the emotions we need portraying, so that we can kind of figure out who is best for the role without, again, necessarily spoiling anything for the players themselves. So yeah, if you've watched all of this, thank you very much. It's incredibly appreciated. We're really, really looking forward to bringing this to life, and to, at this point of recording, be at pretty much 400 auditions is insane. Thank you so much. I know I keep saying that in the updates, but genuinely, thank you so much for all your interest. If you've auditioned and been rejected, please don't take that as a sign not to audition again. We have been spoiled with the number of options we have for each character, and believe me, Chapter 3 will have way more characters so that we can accommodate for all of your incredible talent. Speaking of talent, we are also looking for musicians still, so feel free to post those in the musician section. The current song playing is by an incredible person called Rukkurt, Rukkurt, who made this song in the game Dreams on PS4, which is incredible. And I did some R's for it and went, hang on, can I use this please? So be sure to go check them out as well. Incredibly, incredibly talented. This song will be in it somewhere. Isn't that exciting? Anyway, yeah. Thank you for listening. Any questions, any queries, anything at all, feel free to let me know and ask, and I will do my best. Again, if you audition and you would like feedback, be sure to comment it or leave it in the description, or if you've got to put it in the comment or the description, or I accidentally missed it, again, feel free to reach out to me and I will do my best to get back to you on that as soon as possible. But thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for your interest and wanting to bring this to life as much as we do.